Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are only just joining me, hello, nice to meet you, welcome in. Happy to have you here. My name is Tabs and I am the maker and creator behind Safari Stitches. And today is going to be a bit of a fun one. I know we are about to get into market season for a lot of people, all of the fall season, spooky vibes, fall vibes, cozy vibes, crocheters and knitters dreams, truly. So today is going to be a little bit fun. I'm going to start off, I'm going to give you guys some updates on what I've been working on over the last week. You may have seen some of it over on my Instagram, but I'm going to show you guys everything that I've made over the last couple of days, give you a little update on my markets, and then we're going to dive into my 2025 best sellers. Now, obviously, 2025 is not over yet, but this is what has been selling for me super well so far this year, and it's things that I am keeping in stock constantly. And yeah, I'll obviously link everything that I mentioned in this video below so you can go and grab yourself a copy of the patterns. Some of them are free, some of them are not, but everything will be linked below for you to find. And I think let's just get right into it. So I'm gonna attach, well, actually this is serious business, so let's do the glasses clip for right now. Right now, I can never take myself seriously when I do this. So the first thing, if you watched last week's video, I started working on a baby blanket and I ran into a little snagola with the pink color that I chose. That I went and bought another pink color from Michael's and it did not work. It wasn't great. And I think I showed you guys the pink that I went with. It matched really well. I just hadn't done the border. The border is finished on this blanket. I went with like a really pretty, it's one of the tweed colors from Michael's. It's Craft Smart, which is a Michael's yarn. I think in my video last week, I said it was a Walmart brand. It is not, it's Michael's. So I'm correcting myself here. I also modified the pattern ever so slightly on the border because the pattern calls for like gaps in between the double crochets on this second to last round. This is making my glasses super heavy and they're falling down my face. And I didn't want that, so I just did a round of double crochet and then I did a shell border around the edge because I just really liked it. I thought it kind of looked like clouds a little bit, so yeah, this is done. The little rainbow blanket is finished, which is super exciting. I put $95 on this. I probably could have gone a little bit higher as far as pricing goes. I know other creators charge $125, $150. I'm just not a blanket person. I don't really keep them in stock. It's more of a, this was a pattern stash bust for me. I pulled it out of my jar and I probably will make another one, but since I couldn't really sit down and work on it and figure out exactly how much time it took me to do, I just went with 95. It's obviously going to take the right buyer to come along and buy this, but I love it. I love how the colors came out. I'm really happy with the pink that I chose. I really love this blanket, and this is by Chloe Kate on Etsy. I tried to find her on Instagram to tag her in my post, but her Instagram that's linked in her Etsy shop is not active anymore. So I don't know if she just doesn't have an Instagram anymore or what, or maybe the name is different and they haven't updated the link. I'm not really sure. So I wasn't able to tag her in my post on Instagram, but I will link the pattern for you below if you want to go and grab it. So that's one thing finished. The other thing that I worked on that was on my market prep list were more bees. I got all 6 of the blue bees finished. So now I've done pink, yellow, green, and blue. I still have purple, and then I want to make some out of the teal blue that I've got sitting over here, and then I need to make rainbow. So we've got 3 more colors to go. I'm making 6 of each so far. So we have a ton of bees that are finished. But I got all of the blue finished. I made 4 with the plastic safety eyes, and then I've made 2 without the plastic safety eyes with embroidered eyes. Put that over here. I'm gonna now take you off my glasses because I feel like these, well, I've got a big project coming up here that I'm really excited about. The next thing I worked on, I've been stash busting yarn, and I was looking through some of my drawers, and I had some of this velvety chenille yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I've literally had it in my stash probably for over a year. I've never used it. I probably will not replace it. And I was like, this is a pattern by LTK Cuties. This is her Meadow Kindle Sleeve. And I had seen a long time ago that she made them out of this yarn. And she was like, I didn't modify anything as far as the pattern or hook size goes to use this yarn. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to crank out a couple of Kindle Sleeves. And they're super cute. I'm going to put wooden toggle buttons on the front of these ones. They fit my Kindle Paperwhite perfectly with a case on. So I'm super excited. I have enough to make 2 more in this colorway, and then I have enough to make 4 in like 2 other colorways. I'll probably just kind of slowly sneak those in as I just need to break up the monotony of market prepping and add some to my market makes. So I've got 2 of those done, and that was not on my market prepping list. That was more of a yarn stash bust. So the next thing that I made, so Christine at What's Up Cupcake, it was a little while ago, she had a market recap video, and she showed this adorable stuffed bear plushie in a bumblebee costume. So naturally, I ran and got myself those patterns. It's the Garden Bears pattern. I can't think of the creator's name off the top of my head because I've never bought one of their patterns before, but I'll pop it up on the screen here for you to find. I think this is the cutest thing I've ever made. And y'all are probably like, girl, you say that about everything that you make. And I do. I'm not going to discount you there. But this is absolutely adorable. I'm obsessed. Is this not absolutely adorable? Like, and look at the wings. The little wings are so cute. I think because everything is actually crocheted into the body, which is fantastic because there's no sewing. I'm literally obsessed. I love it so much. It's so cute. I'm gonna make another bee, probably in a different color. I'm thinking in this caramel color from Premier Basics is going to be my next one. So I've added another plushie to my market prepping list. It just keeps getting longer, and my market is on the 23rd. So we've got 13 days. I'm not going to be able to get to all of this. I definitely want to make some more spooky things. So that leads me to my next make. And some of my little crochet friends, Teresa, Christine, y'all have kind of seen this guy before. You were the first to see him. I don't know if anybody that's watching this is familiar with Creature Made on Instagram. Crazy detailed items. Their patterns are super detailed. They are larger projects. This guy was a labor of love, but I bought Essex the Plague Doctor, and I have finished him. And he is magnificent, and he is large and just so good. So let me just put you back on my glasses again. I'm going to push you back a little bit so it doesn't push down my face. I don't know if you guys are ready for this. He is huge. He is standing on my thigh right now, and he is as tall as my torso. Insane. And I will say, if you have not bought this pattern, It is very well written. The pieces are written kind of out of order as far as like you make the collar before you make the arms, but you have to sew the arms on first before you put the collar on, if that makes sense. So just there's notes in the pattern to tell you what order to sew things on. So just pay attention to that, read through it before you get started. This took me forever. And he does have cardboard in his feet. I did not put poly pellets in him, but he actually is quite stable just on his feet alone. He's very top heavy just because of the amount of stuffing. So I would imagine if I put pellets in his feet and his legs, he probably would have had a lot more stability. And I don't know that he would be able to stand fully on his own, but probably pretty close. He's quite level in his boots, but he's got cardboard here and he's also got some cardboard up here. So obviously he can't get wet, which is fine. I'm just going to make a note on his tag that he does have cardboard components inside to add stability and structure, so not to get him soaking wet. That's just going to be part of the care tag written on his price tag, but I love it. He's got this really cool cape. The cape is actually crocheted onto the body, so this is not sewn on. The belt is sewn on. The sleeves, there's so much detail. His gloves even have like a little glove cuff here, and then the flare of the sleeve, all of that is crocheted into the arm. And then the pieces that are sewn on, the arms are sewn to the body, the belt is sewn around the waist, the collar is sewn around the neck, head to body, eyes to face, and hat to head. So that's all of the sewing involved. It is pretty labor intensive, but oh my God. I love him so much. He's so spooky. He's so spooky. I did have to modify the eyes ever so slightly because I did what she said to do in the pattern, but they came out so big that he looked kind of crazy. So I did modify the eyes ever so slightly, but other than that, he is made exactly as the pattern says. I love him. I love him so much. He's so good. So good. So yeah, price-wise, I haven't officially decided. Sorry. Hold on. I haven't officially decided on price, but I am leaning towards around 125, which is high, but I sold a dragon for that price, and I've sold several Anchor the Octopus for over 100, so I think it's completely fair. And honestly, the person that's going to buy this Plague Doctor plushie is going to be somebody that loves spooky season and loves scary things, and I feel like I can justify the price on that. Obviously, I have not fully decided yet. That's not like set in stone, but that is what I'm leaning towards. But he is done. He took me hours upon hours to get done. So anyways, that is everything that I have made over the last week or so. I have one more fun and exciting project to talk about before we get into the main attraction for this video. I had the honor of testing Christine's What's Up Cupcake's Whimsical Crafts first ever pattern that she has written. She picked me and it was so fun. If you're a Totoro fan, you are gonna like this pattern because it's super adorable. This is Christine's May Crab from Totoro, and if you're not familiar, it shows in, I believe, one of the letters, and it's like a little sketch of what May looks like. And this is super, super cute. And I will say it works up so quickly for the size. It's huge. This was made with chenille home slim and it's massive. It's super cute. You do have to sew on the claws. These little legs are crocheted in, like surface crocheted, and then the hat can be sewn on, but it doesn't have to be. I did not sew mine on. It comes with 2 hat options. This is the Totoro hat. Yeah, I thought it had a piece of fluff. This is the Totoro hat. Super stinking adorable. Absolutely adorable. And then this is the little straw hat. So it comes with 2 hat options. You can make either. You can sew them on. You can leave them off. Either way. Get creative. Change the colors. I mean, the options are endless, and it's so cute. She has little guide stitch markers to help you attach the claws too, which I don't see in very many patterns. So that was a really, really nice touch just to kind of help you figure out where to put the claws. I know for myself, I usually have to count and recount my rows and my stitches several times before I get it right. But this is the May Crab, and this pattern should be available today, the day that this video goes out. I will, of course, link Christine's Instagram. It will be available on her Ko-Fi account, so I will link that if it is available by the time this video goes live. Otherwise, I will link Christine's Instagram account, and you can go and find it through her Instagram. So thank you again, Christine, so much for allowing me to test, and congratulations on your first ever pattern. Okay, my mic died, so I'm going to sit as close to my camera as possible so that you guys can hear me. But we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this video today, and probably really the reason why you clicked on this video in the first place. You want to know what my 2025 market bestsellers are, and of course this is only so far into this year. I also would like to preface this by saying that what sells well for me may not translate to where you are located and may not sell well for you. I am in Alabama for a location reference. These items are things that I take to pretty much every single market except for one item that is on this list, and I keep them very well stocked because they do sell very, very well for me. So all of that to say, all of these items are $20 and under, which doesn't surprise me because people love a budget-friendly plushie that they can buy. And with that, we're just gonna get right into it. So the first item on this list we're gonna start at number 5 and work our way up to number 1 on my top 5. So first on the list are the chubby birds. Now, if you've watched my market videos before, you know that I make the chubby birds in like the classic white and then a classic mallard. The pattern itself is by the Cozy Stitch over on Etsy. Of course, I will link everything below so you can go find it if you want to grab yourself a copy. It comes with technically 6 different kinds of birds, 5 birds. It comes with a penguin. It comes with a regular white duck, and then there's a mod for the mallard of the duck, so it tells you what rows to color change for the mallard. There's a chicken, there is an eagle. That's all of the birds that come with the pattern pack, and the white and the mallard are my best sellers. I have been kind of lax on keeping the others in stock, but the others I do make. The mallard and the white I absolutely keep in stock for every single market. I'm sold out of the mallards right now, which is why I'm only showing you the white one, but that is my 5th best seller. The next best seller is something that this was the one that surprised me that was on my list because I have not had them at every single market, but they have made it into the top 5, which tells me that I need to be a little bit more diligent about keeping these in stock for all of my markets, and that is my mystery boxes. So these are $15 at my markets. They are blind boxes, so you don't get to open them and know what's inside. The one thing that I do reveal is I reveal the color of the plushie that's inside. That's all I show. And the reason for that is I want to make sure that whatever plushie whoever buys the mystery box gets is at least their favorite color out of all of the options. And I do pink, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Those are the colors I offer. They are sealed with a sticker, and then I have like my Instagram and stuff on the top. And like I said, these are $15. The chubby birds are also $15. Sorry, I should have said that. In these boxes, I include smaller versions of my leggy frogs. I include a tiny turtle, a whale, and an octo. So those are the choices. Obviously, I need to restock these because I haven't restocked them since I think the end of March, because I just haven't had the time to crank out some more of the plushies to go in these. So clearly I need to do that. So I'm gonna make a list, add that to my list, my market prepping list that seems to be getting longer and longer as we go. The next one also does not surprise me because I have sold out. I've almost sold out of this at one market and I've sold out at another market. And that is the mini axelottles. This is the axolotl pattern that Crochet Grove has. It's a pattern pack. It comes with an axolotl, a heart, and I believe a little boba drink. And that is what this pattern is. The blue sell the best, followed by pink, and then yellow is actually yellow and green are my least best sellers for the axolotls, but these sell for $16 a piece. That is my third best seller. My next best seller, again, not a shock at all. I seem to sell out of at least one or two colors at every single market. It's my Little Nos bead. This is my pattern. It is free here on YouTube. There's a video tutorial. It's also pinned in my profile on Instagram. You can find me right here. I'll pop it up on the screen. And it is free. It's super quick. They take me like 15 to 20 minutes depending on how like focused I am on making them. And these sell for $10 a piece. And like I said, I literally sell so many of these at every single market. I generally sell out of the rainbow ones because I offer them in rainbow, pink, classic yellow, green, blue, and purple. And then this next market, I'm actually offering a couple of extra colors. I just added hot pink. I'm adding a teal color. I'm just trying to stash bust some of the yarn that I've got over there. But I typically sell out of the pink and the blue first. Those are usually the first ones to go. Then the classic yellow and the rainbow also does super, super well for me. So that is my second best seller. My number one seller does not come as a shock at all. It is, drumroll please, mini loaves. Mini loaf cats. This was a free-handed pattern. I know there are some patterns out there that make a mini loaf cat. This one I made up by myself. If you would like me to release this as a free pattern, let me know. I'd be happy to make something up, maybe do a YouTube video tutorial. I'm not really sure. But if that's something that you guys would be interested in, let me know. But these are my absolute best sellers. I have sold so many. I sell out almost at every, like I've sold out my last two markets, I think, of these guys, and I make them in a wide range of colors. The orange is typically my best seller, and then the black is also a really good seller. My last market, I sold out of every single one that had gray in it. The gray ones went super duper quick, but yeah, this is my number one best seller of 2025, and I am absolutely not surprised at all. So basically, mini loaf cats are my best seller for my markets. Big loaf cats are my best seller on Etsy. So I would love to know in the comments. Let me know what your #1 bestseller has been so far for 2025. I can't wait to get into the fall markets and see if this trend continues with all of these items. And stay tuned because my next couple of videos are going to be crazy market prep videos because we have a market on the 23rd and I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've missed doing markets so much. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a little bit of a quicker video and it was a little all over the place, but hopefully it was helpful. Maybe you found a new pattern that you haven't made before. Let me know if any of these are one of your best sellers as well, or if you always keep them in stock, or maybe they don't sell well for you at all. Let me know. I love to chat about this kind of stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are getting so close to 2K on here and I'm so thrilled. Thank you to everybody that already subscribes. I really appreciate you. Make sure to go check out my Instagram. Anyways, I'm gonna stop blabbing my mouth now. I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!